In this video, we'll go over how to edit questions in the screening form and highlight some of the main question types. So to edit the field question title after you add it to your form builder, simply go ahead and click on it. And now we'll have the option to add the question as well as the answer choices. So we're going to go back into our screening form and we'll start building out this form. So for our first question, question number 9, it's, are you between the ages of 18 and 24? So we're going to highlight that and paste that here as the question. And then the options that we had for this question were yes and no. So we'll enter that. And then here we have a check mark, which means that it's a required question. So we're going to go ahead and switch this to yes and hit save. You can also set certain parameters around responses depending on the question type. So for example, in a single select, if we go back in here, you can toggle participant question score up here to on at the top. And this allows you to assign a numerical score to each response and is used when studies might require participants to have a specific severity score on certain questions or the sum of multiple questions to be considered eligible for the study. So if our screening form had a note about scoring for a particular question, we would toggle this on and then add the corresponding score values to the responses. So if, for example, here we had a note that yes was equivalent to a value of 1 and no was equivalent to a score value of 0, we would update it accordingly and then hit save. Since that wasn't the case for our form here, I'm going to toggle this back off and save that. To highlight some of the different text elements we have, the text field here allows us to include questions that allow participants to add free-form text responses. The number field is similar, but it restricts participants to only including numerical answers. We have the multi-select option, which allows participants to select multiple options that apply to them. So we can add response 1, 2, and 3, and a participant could check off both 1 and 2 if they're applicable to them. There's also a multi-input field. So we will add that. So this field allows you to create multiple open field responses to a single question. For example, if our screening form had a question that was, what is your height in feet and inches, we would make the field type a number field so that these responses could only be number responses. And then here we would put feet and we would add another one that says inches. And then once we hit save, participants would view the question like this, and they would see that in this open field response, they have to enter their height in feet and their height in inches here. We also have the BMI field, which is common for studies, and this is preset with questions to calculate an individual's BMI. You can also customize it from standard to metric. So standard would be feet and inches, and if we update it to metric, it'll be centimeters and kilograms. Moving down here, the logic field questions allow for branching logic. Branching questions will be noted in the screening form like this. So for an example, if we have a question that is, do you currently drink alcohol, with the responses yes and no, we want participants that only respond to that question with a yes to be able to see this next question here. And that's denoted right here where it says question type. So coming back to our form, I've built out the do you currently drink alcohol single select question. And now we want another single select question that has branching logic. So under logic field, we'll choose this single select option. And we're going to drag that to drop new field here. And then we will update this question accordingly. Once we click into here, we're going to select the question that we're branching off of, which is this one, do you currently drink alcohol? And then we'll select an answer option. So we're going to hit yes here, and then we'll update it with our question and answer choices. And now only individuals who respond yes to this question will be able to see this follow-up question.